Howdy, my name is Tiffany Minter, and this is my final exam speech. I apologize for sitting instead of standing, but I am currently suffering a spine injury due to a horse riding accident earlier this week. I would have to say that my story speech was the strongest out of all 5 of my individual speeches. My voice projection was good. I had a deep personal connection to the topic. This allowed me to not have to use my notes. Not having to use my notes kept a better connection with the audience. It allowed me to empathize with them, keep eye contact, everything like that. In my opinion, Sarah Martin's informative speech on the history of ice cream was one of the strongest, if not the strongest, out of the entire group. Her research was very, very good. Her enthusiasm was great. She grabbed my attention with her introduction. She kept it with her fun facts. She left a memorable conclusion. Her connection with the audience was great as well. The organization pattern that I used was topic order, which is choosing a topic and dividing it into 3 different subtopics. I would choose a central idea, which was almost the same as the title of my speeches. Then I would have 3 main ideas, which were my subtopics. My method of informing was explaining, which is sharing how something works, how something came to be, or why something happened, according to Gregory. I would state a topic or subtopic, I would give examples and details to explain it, and then I would move on to the next topic or subtopic. According to Gregory, there are 5 steps in Monroe's motivational speech pattern. I use these to do my persuasive speech. Step 1, which is grab the attention. I use storytelling as my attention grabber. When I had the A&M beanie that I got for free at Gig 'em Week, I passed that around to my audience and told them it was free. So whenever people hear the word free stuff, they zone in. Step 2, establish the need. I mentioned a lot of statistics and facts such as the A&M engineering program and vet school and also the requirements of admission. Step 3, satisfy the need. I discussed the facts in detail even more. I gave them examples as to why the programs were the best, why it's so hard to get into them, things like that to support that. Step 4, visualize the future. I mentioned great job security for their children. I mentioned the Aggie Network, which supports the good job security. I also mentioned that A&M is the happiest and fittest in the nation. I also explained that this gives them comfort knowing that their child will be taken care of and happy there. This convinces them even more. Step 5, I simply restated my introduction and tried to inspire them to prepare their child to apply for A&M. And not just apply for A&M, but have a really, really good resume and shot at getting in. Additional techniques I used techniques such as visual aid, eye contact, voice projection. My last speech was on why you should get involved in college. My visual aid was a notebook that I allowed my audience to pass around. I wanted them to see that keeping records to help build your resume was very important. I wanted to simplify it for them, give them an example. I always like to use eye contact to connect more with my audience and to make sure that I keep their attention. If the speaker isn't looking at the audience members like specific eye contact, then the people feel the need to wander, look around. At least whenever you have eye contact with them, you know that they're not looking at their phone. Whenever I had all 3 of these techniques, voice projection, eye contact, and visual aid, I was basically using them to get my point across and to keep my readers' audience's attention. How my public speaking has improved, there was one. I've gotten better at controlling my nervousness. I've gotten better at maintaining eye contact with the audience and not just looking at one person. I would used to just focus in on the person that I either knew or that I knew wouldn't laugh or anything. I've gotten more comfortable with switching eye contacts like around the audience and not just one person. I've also gotten better at grabbing the audience with my introduction with and a personal connection to the speech and voice projection. I used to be very monotone, which didn't emphasize certain things in the speech that I was trying to get across. Sometimes I would just go really, really low and completely not have voice projection at all. Some things that I could have done better: staying on topic order, avoiding information overload, repetitiveness, controlling nervousness even more. Even though that has improved, I still need to get better at it, and talking too fast. Sometimes I would over-explain things and go off topic. If I didn't remember something in one topic, I would just say, oh wait, and then stick it in where it shouldn't go. I would forget something on topic. Sometimes I would get repetitive with some words, like basically. I would say basically this, so that. I need to get better with my vocabulary and repetitiveness. My personal goals for the future right now are just to graduate A&M and get a decent job lined up after that I actually enjoy. I also plan to keep going with horses even though I'm injured right now, getting over this. I would probably have to do some presentations in my upper level classes, such as anatomy and physiology too. I have already had to give presentations in all of my labs, so I know for sure that I will have to be able to give some in my upper level lab classes as well. The heuristic value that I've learned to better communicate to crowds and to people in general. I can use this information to give better presentations at work and if I have to give presentations in front of a class. So it's also helped me in school and in work, which is my entire life right now, so that helps a lot. I have enjoyed this class and thank you so much.